I just want to share that I have stopped listening to music completely. That I rarely nowadays watch videos with sound. And that is both to protect myself from brain damage and for my own peacefulness, and also because people are just so incredibly stupid and ill, useless. Too much to be worth paying attention to. Text is easier, at least for me, because it's black and white, you know. I find it easier to deal with text and pictures. The person that myself listen to the most is still Chris Martin, but that is only because he has a personal value for me. Because he's the only one I see myself ever sleeping with again. And I haven't slept with him yet. I've met him, I've seen him. It's difficult to say I've met him. I've definitely seen him a few times. One of them was in a concert by him. All the rest were not during a concert. Many dreams. I haven't dreamt about anyone in the world as much as I've dreamt about Chris Martin from Coldplay. Ever. Well, before I knew him, I didn't dream about him before I knew him, for all I know. But from somewhere around 2014, we had a dream where he asked me something like, so are we dating now? Are we together now? And I told him yes. And ever since we have been meeting in dreams, in my dreams. I do recommend that you stop listening to music, because it's a very dangerous weapon, I think. I'm not actually sure. Movies are definitely worse than music. I don't have a TV at home. I haven't had a TV since I was 18, and I have a higher education in journalism. It's my first adult education, like formal education of my choosing that I had. I moved to a suburb of Stockholm in order to get that education. And I fulfilled the studies. I was considered a respected student. I think I was one of the most respected students. So honestly, I think I was the most respected student by most people in the class, including the teachers. I yelled at one of the teachers, the taller one amongst them, the bigger one amongst them. And I don't think that he has forgotten about it. If he says that he's forgotten about it, he's definitely lying. I don't think that ever happened to him before. It wasn't the first time I yelled at a person with some sort of authority. It wasn't the first time I yelled at someone with some sort of authority, considering my position to him, like someone over me. So it wasn't the first time. It has happened many times. Way too many times. Does not work in their favor. Does not work in anyone's favor as much as it did for me. I have 4 educations that I fulfilled. Journalism, yoga teacher, and 2 sorts of massage therapy. That's to put it very shortly. I excelled at all of my educations, all of my formal educations. However, I did not finish. Oh, I forgot about that. I wanted to say 2 things. One thing is that I didn't fully finish my high school, I think it's called, like the 10th year of I dropped off school at the 10th year of the kids' educations, and I started it when I was 7. So I was 16 when I stopped going to that school. However, when I was 18, I went to an adult school, and I started to finish off my studies. And I completed most of it, but not everything about it. Some things about my studies, the way that they were constructed, especially math, was just incredibly unreasonable. Like, I remember that in my math course, and the school I'm thinking of for this adult education, it was called CUL, and it was in Hudiksvall. CUL is in Swedish, and it's the letters CUL, and the type of school is called Komvux in Swedish. And it's a school where people go to higher their grades or finish their studies, their gymnasium studies. We call it gymnasium. In Hebrew, we also have that name, gymnasia. But it's called tichon in Hebrew. I think that the word of Komvux translated to Hebrew is michlala. Let's see. Yeah, the math. The math category, lesson, class, the math class. The math class was just like crazy. Like, the book was very good. It was pretty easy to follow what was written in the books. I never had very much problems with math, and I even found it pretty nice, therapeutic to be doing many times. But I didn't find it boring, especially. But the incredibly strange thing about my math class was that there was only one test after a whole year of studies, and there were questions from the very beginning of the year. I really don't get how they can expect people to remember these kind of things. Who on earth remember these kind of things? How you calculate this and that, and what's the easiest way to calculate a certain problem? It was just so extreme, you know? It made no sense whatsoever to test a person's ability based on what they have learned during a whole year, as if they studied some of these things just yesterday. It just doesn't make any sense to test people on their knowledge after waiting for such a long time. Like, the people who actually remembers these things have to be out of their minds, or autistic, extremely autistic, to still have fresh access to this type of information, being as old as it was for them, for me, at the time of having the exam. I think I failed at that exam, and I'm good at math. I'd say I was one of the better people at math in my class. I was a really good student in high school when I was in my 10th year. I just could not give a fuck. I really couldn't give a fuck, and there were a lot of reasons for me to. Oh yeah, it started when I was. It's important to say, I guess, that I've moved a lot in my life, and I lived in Israel, in Kibbutz Yagur, the hometown of my mother, from when I was 9 till I was 16. So I was in 3rd grade when I came to Israel. I was the oldest in my class when I came to Israel, because in Israel everyone starts their studies when they're at the age of 6. And as I said, I was 7 years old when I started studying in Sweden. That is the age you start to study in Sweden. There was just way too much shit going on in my life to be able to focus on my studies. I had no will whatsoever to finish, to be at school. And also the big problem was that I started missing school. I mean, like, I would quit. I would to some lessons I wouldn't show up, because I really wanted to be cool. I wanted to be one of the cool people. I wanted to make an impression of don't fuck with me, you know. I started smoking, and I was very much of a rebel. I started dressing differently than everyone else. When I was around 13, I think. Around 13, I think, I started dressing very differently from everyone else. Hippie, heroin chic. But I was slightly overweight, so I didn't really have very many admirers at all at that age. I didn't have as much self-confidence as I have right now. My self-confidence has been extreme since I think the past month. I've been gradually getting more and more what did I want to say? There was someone whistling that made me lose the concentration. Self-secure, is that what you say? What was I saying? Self-confidence, exactly. So my self-confidence has been becoming extreme. He thought that it was funny. Oh my god, what an idiot! Jesus Christ. He thought that he had a saying about that. Oh, Jesus Christ. The person whistling, I'm not sure if you can hear that on this video. Oh, Jesus Christ. Anyway, isn't it interesting also that he uses whistles? When does a man whistles? Whistle. Jesus Christ. And you can suck a dick, Mr. Idiot. It's not the first time he whistles. For me. Jesus fucking Christ. Very strange, very, very strange. Fucking idiot, dickhead. Choking a fucking dick, bitch. You really think I don't mean that? Do you? You better be very careful with the way you communicate with me. I want to make that very clear to each and everyone watching this video. To everyone, really, not just the people watching this video. If you want to come closer to your death, you will try to affect my situation in a bad way. That's the same as wishing to die while suffering. Yeah, that's it. We got it. And what else did I want to say? There are many questions about there are many unclear things about my school, my early school until my 10th year. Yeah, 10th year. I want to say also that there is a lot to be said about my younger years of studies, about the construct of the school, the teachers, my classmates, the things that show up right now when I look for my classmates. Very strange things going on. It very much looks like they don't want me to have any connection whatsoever to and with my former classmates from my early years of school from Kibbutz Yagur. I love most of my classmates from my kibbutz, from Yagur. I'm normally happy to see them, but even the most intelligent one of them, who is his name is Ofer Chagai, he's not very intelligent. He's the most good looking one of them. I'd say that. That's what I reckon. And he's the funniest too. He's definitely the funniest. He's one of the more intelligent people that I know, but he's still not very intelligent. There is oh Jesus Christ, I can't believe I'm actually gonna say this, but the girl in my class from my childhood class that is considered, I guess, to have had the most important career of us, and who is considered by others to be smart or some sort of intelligent. Yeah. Her name is Goni Zilberman. She's just a lunatic. In many ways, not in all ways, but she has big problems with a big ego. Ofer Chagai's ego is pretty healthy, relatively. He's quite humble, I'd say. Pretty much. She is not one bit humble. Not at all. When she was 9 months pregnant, she came to visit me when I was at my mother's house. And at some point I told her, and I meant it, that I'm really honored to see her at that very time, at this important times. And she didn't say it aloud, but I just saw it on her that she thought that I meant that I think that she's intelligent or successful. And not because she was 9 months pregnant and could be having her waterfall falling at any given moment. She thought this was about career and intelligence, that I look up to her somehow. I haven't looked up to her ever. Not when we were kids. And not ever in our adult life either. And by the way, I find my the person who was my own best friend most of the time, my first best friend in Israel, and the most important person from my childhood that has helped me the most, and who I would like to be in touch with again. Her name is Elia Ben Arush. She is also a daughter of a pedophile, and I'm not sure that her mother, which is the person that everyone, including herself, know as her mother. Her name is Miriam Ben Arush, and I'm not that sure that I'm not convinced at all that she's her real mother. She has a sister who is a redhead. Her mother colors her hair blonde, and I think that she is blonde originally, maybe dark blonde, but still blonde. She has blue eyes, if I remember right. Elia too, I think. I can't no, Elia has brown eyes. I think Elia has brown eyes. She's very beautiful, Elia. And she is still one of the most intelligent people that I know, and we have had, even when we were kids, we had intelligent conversations that both of us learned from a lot. She is also a bisexual, like me. I realized that she was a bisexual before I realized that I was a bisexual. And I don't fully understand the difference between bisexual and lesbian, to be honest. We might both just be lesbians, but we both have had sex with men. She has at least one kid. I have a feeling she has 2 kids right now. I'm not sure if I know that by intuition or if I just know it from hearing about it, but I would definitely say it and state that she has 2 children. I reckon that is correct information. Anyhow, she definitely has 1 kid. That's for sure. And she's married. A child from being married. She's the most... I would say that she and Maja Engberg are the most intelligent best friends that I've had. Elia Ben-Arouche is more intelligent than Maja Staffansson, I think. But they are different. They bring different things to the table. None of them is, especially Maja Staffansson. Yes, Staffansson. She is definitely not humble. Not very much. Anyway, I've seen her extremely unhumble many times, and the same goes with Elia Ben-Arouche, but I think that her situation is slightly better. There are relatively many good good guys in my class from when I was a kid in Israel, in Kibbutz Yagur, with good intentions, is what I mean. You rarely come across a class with as many well-meaning masculine souls in one class. Today, before today, I think in the past 4,000 years it's been rarely to it's been rare to find that amount of well-meaning towards women, guys that are well-meaning towards women. Oh, the first time The first person I fell in love with in my class, his name is Per Zellinger. And he went, and he was definitely interested in me too. He was cute. He reminds me in many ways of Chris Martin. He really does. He was colorblind. He is colorblind. He couldn't tell the difference between green and orange, or green and red, I'm not sure. I know that because he asked me one time, is this green? Or red? There are many questions regarding him and his family. His whole family are redheads. His name is Per Zellinger. I can't remember if I said that. Gonny's name is Gonny Zilberman. They have slightly similar names. Names that reminds of each other. And I just want to go back to Gonny Zilberman for a second, because Gonny Zilberman also has a very unclear story regarding her family. She didn't have a present father. And she has a sister, and from what she told me, the sister is from the same man, which doesn't make sense at all, because her and her sister they just have different shades. They are like, there's, when you cross the road and there's like black white, they're the same. Gonny has a darker skin tone, and Ayana, her older sister, she has a bright skin tone, even brighter than me. Her mother has a bright skin tone and black hair. Her mother has a very strange physical shape. She has a very big ass. Her shape just doesn't make sense. Gonny does not have a big... Oh, wow. For a second there, I was wondering if her mother is actually her mother. Maybe she is, and I'm not completely sure. But there definitely is questions about her family. I take that back. I think that... I don't know, it's just strange. I've got questions about her family, and especially her father, like, such as how did her mother find this guy? Was it through the, what we call in Hebrew, Bank Azera, which is a direct translation to the sperm bank of sperm. It's the place where people donate sperm to for women who want to get pregnant but don't have a partner. So was it someone that she knew, or was it from the bank sperm, the sperm bank? And Gonny met her father. At least that is what she said. I know that she met someone, and I do think that she did meet her father, but I'm not fully sure that it is the guy. I do have a reason to think that it is the guy that is her father, and he paid her no interest at all, even though she was an excelling student with very good grades, and she wasn't ugly. Maybe because she was intelligent, relatively intelligent, and maybe it was because she was relatively intelligent and also in the same time dark skinned, relatively dark skinned, that he didn't want much or anything to do with her. I do really wonder what he looks like, and I also wonder if Gonny think that her sister shares the same father as her. Very strange. There is a boy in my class too. His name is Nativ Allah. Many questions about him too. He's a good person. He's he has Norwegian, Scandinavian genes. Genes, maybe you say, with G. He is blonde and has blue eyes, and all the kids in his family, and he has a big family. I think they are 6 kids altogether. 6 biological kids. I think he is a good guy. I'm not completely sure I think he is a good person. Yeah, I do. I don't think he's a pedophile. But it's really difficult to say, because he has no choice but to respect me because I'm older than him. Why do they have so many kids? 6 kids are many kids, and they also adopted children as well. They adopted at least 2 kids outside of their family of 6 kids. And also all the kids in that family, their names start with N. I guess it's to remind their mother of Norway, to strengthen the connection to Norway. I think that they are good people, but I just have so incredibly many questions. There is a lot to investigate in. And I find it a bit of a strange coincidence that I have a blonde Scandinavian guy in my classroom, in my class, from when I was a child, in Kibutego. There were some violent incidents with this guy, with Nativ Adler. And there was also a relationship that he was in with a girl called Kathy. You write that Kathy. She comes from a Russian family. She has dark hair, and she told me that he pretty much raped her, while that he took advantage of, that he raped her when she was sleeping. He just came out of nowhere while she was sleeping and fucked her without no warning whatsoever, no foreplay, nothing. Just straight away jumped on her. I don't think that she filed a police report against him. On the other hand, she was a very openly sexual person. So I really don't know what... Obviously it's not okay, but I really don't know. They both got some explanation to do. A lot of explanation to do. Oh, Jesus Christ. I think that the Adler family, if I'm not mistaken, they adopted a kid a boy who did some sort of pedophile things. I can't remember if the issues with him were pedophilia or drugs or both. I can't remember. For some reason, I have one explanation that I have one thing that come in mind that could be the explanation, but I have one person that comes to mind that could be the explanation to why I think that this kid was a pedophile. But I'm not completely sure that this kid that was adopted by the Adler family was a pedophile. I definitely know that there was many issues with him, and there was definitely an issue with drugs with this guy and not listening to authority. A criminal kid. The guy who I was thinking of, a clear connection to why I said that this guy was or might be a pedophile is a kid that I know is a pedophile. And this person, his name is Matan Ter. He's also adopted. Maybe that's why I was thinking about him. And they both have brown hair. And they're both relatively thin. Matan Ter is thinner than the other guy, at least the way I remember both of them. Which is around Matan Ter, both as a kid and both as an adult, was very thin. A teenager, I mean. The last time I saw him, I think he was in his 20s. Or maybe he was even... No, I think he was in his 20s still. No, he wasn't in his 20s. He can't have been in his 20s. Because I'm 38 now and I saw him. He moved to my neighborhood in Haifa. They exposed of him from the kibbutz. He wasn't allowed to stay. He raped a 5-year-old kid, a 5-year-old girl, little girl. I do think that there was something with this guy too. The adopted kid of the Adler family, Nativ Adler's family. I think there was something with this guy. Interesting. The name of the adopted guy in Nativ's family was Michael. Like the translation to Michael. Matan Ter has an older sister that is also adopted. They don't share the same blood. Her name is Shaiter, and I don't think I've ever seen a person so extremely shy as her, and her name is Shaiter. Shaiter. Jesus Christ, it sounds like shiter, like a British joke, doesn't it? Shiter, if you put them together. I think that it was meant to be some sort of joke. I'm sure someone found it funny. Shaiter, why would they call her Shaiter? Did they not realize it was a problematic name when they gave it to her? The father, he has an accent. I think he has an English accent, a British accent. She's older than me. She was always overweight. not extremely overweight, and not very little overweight, but she was always overweight. My tante was always thin. Shaiter has a very pale skin tone, paler than me. I think the palest person in the kibbutz, really. And dark black or dark brown hair. Very dark brown hair or black. There is also a very cute Swedish family from my kibbutz, and they have a daughter that is 1 year above me, but I think she's born in the same year as me. I think she's born in 1986, just like me. I know her sister better than this girl. Her older sister's name is Dana Agmon. Dana Agmon is about 2 or 3 years older than me. I think about 2 years older than me, to be honest. But she studied in the class that was 3 years above me. The third year above me. So not my class, not the class after that, but the class that comes next after that. Dana she's relatively sharp, to be honest. I really like her. She's a cute person. She's really funny too. She has a good sense of humor. She really does. She has a lovely laugh too. But like all people, she's definitely not perfect either. She is short in a way that craves explanation. It doesn't make sense why she would be as short as she is. Something isn't right with her length. It has to be explained because neither her father and neither her mother are short people. Well, about her father, you could say that he is relatively to men, not especially tall. Kerstin, their mother, who is Swedish, she is considered tall in Israeli measures. But not incredibly tall in Swedish measures. But I don't think that people would call her short in Sweden either, not necessarily. Maybe someone would say she's short, but in Israeli measures, for women, she's considered tall. The Swedish girl that is supposedly the daughter of Kerstin and Chilik and Kerstin, as we normally say. Agmon is the last name of this family, the family name. Miki Agmon, she is 1 year older than, like, I think we're born, like I said, I think we're born in the same year, but class-wise, she's 1 year above me. We were never very close. We haven't had very many conversations throughout life. There are 2 more children in this family. Both of them are younger, and they're both boys. First we have Timur, then we have Noam. That's their names. I think Timur might be gay, but I'm not sure. And Noam isn't. He's the youngest one. Miki lives in the US. I think she lives in California, but I'm not completely sure. I think she lives in California, yeah. Maybe even LA, but I am not completely sure about that. She does, as far as I know, live in California. There is another family that is very close to my family, and that is the Levi family. In Hebrew, Levi. Mishpachat Levi. Levi family. This family has had a lot of influence over my family, and they've had a strong connection to the kibbutz too, because the father in this family, his name is Ofer Levi, and he's a classmate of my mother. He and my mother come from the same class. My mother married a Swede, and he also married a Swedish woman. Sorry, yeah, he married a Swedish woman. Yeah, that's right. His wife's name is Eva Levi. Levi. They have a son whose name is Jonathan Levi. He's at least 1 year older than me. I think he's born in 1985. Maybe even 1984, because he looks quite a bit older than me, to be honest. He's short in a weird way. He shouldn't be as short as he is. He's not considered short. I think that he's not maybe in Swedish terms he's considered short, but not fully. By some people he's definitely considered short. By me he's considered short, a short Swede. his sister. They are three kids. Jonathan Levi is one, is the firstborn of them. Then we have Gabriella Levi, which is 1 year younger than me. She's born in 87, I think. Probably born 87. And they have another girl called Rebecca Levi. She is the third kid amongst them. And she is born in, or child, or whatever you call it. Obviously, she's not a child right now, but she's the third one in the ladder, so to speak. Rebecca Levi, I think she is I'm 38, so she should be around, I think that she is about 3 or 4 years younger than me. Yeah, she should be 3 or 4 years younger than me. So she was 3 or 4 years younger than me, and I'm born 86. Math is a lot harder for me lately, for some reason. Like plus, minus. Very strange. I can't fully explain why. I can't explain why right now. Maybe because of the substances and the water. I don't know. There's been many changes in my life. Anyway, I'll give you the year. 86, פחות 3, 83 או 82. 83 or 82. 1983 or 1982, she was born. No! Oh, Jesus Christ. I calculated the wrong way. Did you see that? That's not typical for me at all. Like lately, just from this last month, it's occurring more, but it's never been like this. Okay, so it's plus, רגע. 86, ועוד 3, 89 או 90. She's born 89 or 90. In 1989 or 1990. You write her name with 2 C's. Rebecca Levi with 2 C's. All 3 kids have an education, each one of them have at least 1 degree. The mother is worked at a hospital, Eva Levi. She's a lunatic. She's crazy. Incredibly strange person. I don't like her one bit, to be honest. I really don't like her. I prefer Ofer Levi because I don't think that he's a pedophile, but he's extremely stupid too. He's not a very likable person at all. None of them are very likable people. I don't miss any one of them. They never helped me. They didn't help me one bit when I asked for help. They turned the other way around, as if nothing happened. Crazy motherfuckers. They have a lot of explaining to do. Gabrielle, oh, it's okay. I have to save this video